Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Oh, I'm full. Had dinner with Mary Lou and
I figured out something pretty cool with our computer.
What'd you find?
What I was able to do is, I remember how we were wanting to live stream all of the meetings, like actually do it live, like you're watching on TV. And it's actually happening. I was able to get that figured out to where it's doing it right now. So it'll record it straight to the internet. Everybody who logs onto it can see it, like live as it's happening. So that way there's no discrepancies or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's put on there. You don't have to wait 10 days after to put it on. So I'm giving it a try tonight to see how well it works.
Good. Very good. Don't know until you try it, will you?
See what happens.
Yep. Good.
hey, how are you? Good. How are you? Good.
There's trouble.
At least in the road. In our minds, I always thought that.
Hi,
Good evening.
how are you doing?
Same. No difference.
No difference? No
I go
update?
to see him Wednesday. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday.
All right. Pray for the best.
Yeah.
That's something I found that I wanted to show you.
Oh, okay, good. Good evening, Mayor.
So I found the original deeds of Mount Sterling.
Oh my God, where was that, at the courthouse?
Yeah, it was in the mapping office.
I'll be darned. Had you ever seen this before?
He didn't show me that. What is it?
These are the original deeds of Mount Sterling.
Hey.
Those are the first maps.
No. Where did you locate this?
The mapping office in London.
I've never seen that. Beautiful writing, isn't it?
Yeah.
19. Oh, wait a minute.
1823, I think.
Oh, you're...
I have
Okay, I looked again when I went home and I couldn't find it.
in my office.
So.
I have 3.
Don't worry about that. I got cat hairs over everything. That's all right. Moisten it and bring it out. Okay, and I'll bring it to you tomorrow night. Okay, because I know you might need it.
I have another thing that is flaxseed.
How you doing, Doc?
Good.
Tired. Rainy days make me sleep, and the Yankees got beat, so I've been down both ways.
Oh, well.
Well, they didn't think they'd make it this far this year. So they're
Responsible for this pink flamingo.
I was surprised the Yankees lost,
Oh,
though.
yeah. Well, I think the biggest.
Especially when the night before they had lost 6-0.
Oh, I
16 of them to be
think my
precise.
Yankee flag, I didn't put it half mast, I just put it away.
Does she have a thing about
Surprised you didn't burn it.
There's 4 of those girls in the school. And
something about that just
that sign, we started last year. When the first girl turned 16. Then went to the second girl, and then went to the third girl. And Judy's the fourth.
that's gonna be my year. I mean later this year too.
So if you're interested in some pink flamingos, I'll fix you up.
I didn't. I just saw that a little bit ago. I kind of catch up on. I'll scroll through Facebook in the morning and sometimes to kill time, and I see that this afternoon. I'm like, oh, Steve, look at this. He laughed and laughed.
No homework here.
I brought the heating pad. Oh, she slipped down some stairs the other day. She's in a lot of pain.
Courtney's put in such a long day today.
She has been lately taking on additional responsibilities, and
Being here right up through the end of this meeting, she's going to put in a 12-hour day almost.
plus probably taking minutes
Hey, Tim.
as well as giving her
I get on her nerve now and then. You know that now.
agenda as well as put the packets together and delivered them last Friday.
No, she did. She delivered mine to my needs to be doing. She's the clerk and she's the water clerk. It's all under an umbrella. And I really strongly feel I take on that responsibility.
Yeah, that was. There's.
She's doing
Make
too
it down the
much.
pumpkin show this
I don't
year.
want to burn her out.
I went once, and that was enough.
John and I are working out a deal for next year to entertain there.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, we're supposed to talk to the Pumpkin Show president when he comes up with Thanksgiving. So you got to make your year in advance.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then get ready. And I'll let John do all the contract talk. He's a better talker.
Oh, I know.
But she's.
We got to find out from
No.
Chris Ladley just about who they are.
Absolutely. Good evening.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Good. And how are you?
If we were any better, we'd be in custody.
And catch. I saw some of those pictures.
Y'all seen the size of them salmon?
Oh.
Oh, another big fish story.
Yeah.
Several of them, I think.
Really? Are these true ones? True stories?
Ho-ho.
I saw pictures.
To Brian about that.
Where did you go?
I'm going to call him on the phone. I'm not emailing him.
Really?
So he talked.
Was it like deep sea
also,
fishing?
Courtney talked to the guy,
You're
the
kidding.
village administrator in London, and he's going to come down.
What were you catching?
You've
What
got to
were
show
those?
those to Frankie because he will be impressed.
Oh, they're salmon.
So,
Native American word.
Wow.
yes.
Frankie will love this, you know, because he has.
I'm working on a book right now on the
Alicia must be very happy.
Listen, I need to be.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, hey, wait, what I'll
Holy
do,
Moses.
I'll make a list.
Share
for
with
next
me
week.
and then
I'll
I
give
can
it to you.
share with
Then you
them.
can find it. Yeah, because I'm in the Civil
Okay.
War
Can you do
magazine
that?
and World War II. Yeah, I'll make sure I'll have the
You know
list.
how to get mine your contract?
You enjoyed reading the articles. I'm
Share to
doing
me,
one now
and I'll
for
share with
a
Frankie.
Western magazine, and there's supposed to have been one survivor from the Custer fight. So I'm doing research. I know a horse survived it, but they claim one guy got away, and
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I'm
I'm doing
sure.
research on it. I know Comanche
Yeah,
made it, but
especially when you're standing
that's
in the
about
water.
it.
Yeah, send some photos to me, will you? Okay. And that was salmon?
Yeah.
So you've been eating
Rolling Stone
salmon all these
magazine, I bought a
days?
few
Oh,
things for
lucky
them, and
you.
They're going from weekly to only 2 times a month. I never thought that would ever. But everybody's going digital now, so it's going to be a big thing.
And the millennials don't buy into it like we did.
Exactly. I got to turn the pages. I have to turn the pages.
Oh, I know.
I guess I'm old-fashioned.
Well, we are.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but they don't want to turn the pages.
Feels like they have the heat up in here.
Talk about the Rolling Stone
know. I
magazine.
wore this,
Courtney.
yes.
Yeah. Education.
well-
If it's cool outside, it's cool in here.
I know.
Courtney came to the house to drop off
I
my
put the
package.
heat on
rock
at
and roll
home.
was
I
going
put
so
a-
loud. So, what you doing, Dave? I said, practice. Sound like Woodstock, didn't it, Courtney?
Is it going to be that tomorrow night?
For tomorrow or
We're going to need a couple of these.
I know. When it gets right at almost before the week before Halloween, it's got to.
Wonderful.
And the poor kids are out there freezing.
Yeah, we do. Lowell came over and we told him. We gotta do what we gotta do. We can't try to
No. They need to change Halloween. Yeah.
I had a
Create our
student that
own
did something.
a week before.
I caught him doing it, and I took him home to his mother. And I told her,
Courtney came up the porch and I got a bullfrog and asked you if you're sober when you walk on the porch. She jumped in and feet. She said, well, how much junk you got in this house?
he wouldn't, she wouldn't, he wouldn't
Yes.
Everybody's.
So, yeah, that's time to go. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Courtney, you record that all council members are present, please. We don't have a topic or anything to go into executive session, so we'll approve the minutes from October the 9th. Motion to approve the minutes for October the 9th.
You got that motion?
Second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Rebecca?
Yes?
Jim?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Mary Lou?
Yes.
Yes.
The minutes for the special meeting held on October the 16th. Motion to accept those minutes.
You have that motion?
I'll second.
Roll call vote.
Rebecca?
Yes?
Jim?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Mary Lou?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried on both of those. We have public comments from Mr. Detweiler sharing the Madison Plains School updates. Tim, it's all yours.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Appreciate it. Thank you, council, for letting me come and speak to you today. I have just a few things I just want to give you some updates on. Just take one and pass it around here. First thing I have to say is what an outstanding job your clerk is doing.
She came highly recommended.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
You didn't talk to me then. What you have in front of you is just a brief outline of a few things I want to bring you up to speed on with Madison Plains. A little bit of history on the presentations that we've made to council. The first page that you see past that agenda was from May of 2012. It has Superintendent Bernie Hall and Treasurer CFO Tim Detweiler. And I show you this to kind of refresh our memories that we have been coming down to the village council and speaking to the council for quite a while now, just to bring you up to speed, because I think it's good practice for us to make sure if you have questions about the school or if there's important information we want to share, we come directly to you. So we've been coming since May of 2012. At that meeting, if you go to the next page, there's just a little chart there. And at that time, in May of 2012, we talked to council about our 10-year projections. I know you're very involved with your finances right now, and rightfully so it should be. And at the school district, we are as well. So back in 2012, we created a 10-year financial plan. At that point in time, it showed the school would go into the red in 2017, last school year. We did not. And we're not going to go in the red in 2017-18 this school year. But we're looking at 18-19 that we will be going into the red. I refresh your memories on this is because the way that we pushed out that deficit was through budget reductions and working with our unions. Those two methods allowed us to push that deficit farther out. So I just want to make sure that you understand that we were here 5 years ago, and now we're kind of bringing you up to speed as to where we're at on our general fund. And I know you guys know general funds and operating funds and things like that, so won't get into any detail on that. The next page looks like this. This is on our website, and thank you very much for having the link on your site to our website, and we've got yours as well. I appreciate that. This is underneath our PI portal, the Permanent Improvement Levy. Okay? Just as you have various different types of levies out there that you're trying to generate money to cover your expenses, we have the same thing. The Permanent Improvement Levy is a levy that we have on to generate funds to buy buses and technology, classroom supplies, materials, things like that, textbooks. That's what the purpose of that is. Since 1993, our district has supported that continuously. Every 5 years it's been on for renewal. Every 5 years it's been renewed by the community. And so for that, as representatives of Mount Sterling, I thank you for that support. This is not new money. August was new money. That failed. Lots of reasons why, but this is not new money. This is money that we rely on to buy those buses and take care of our roofs and things like that. So I want to make sure that I told you publicly this is the PI levy that's on in November. Okay. This, by the way, this is a calculator that is out there. It does show that our PI levy was on at 2.5 mils originally. It's rolled down to 0.89 mils. Okay. At that rate, if you have a $100,000 property, $31.15 a year. Okay. And if I talk too fast, just slow me down. Mary Lou, you know how to do that.
Yeah.
The next page, I thought this is really important for you to see. Our mission statement recently changed about a year ago. We have the graphics now, and these are posted in all of our buildings and all the places where folks come into our buildings. And the reason why I wanted you to see it, when you read our mission statement as a partnership of rural agricultural communities, you see all of our communities are listed in the district outline. Okay? We take that very seriously, and I want you to know our kids are seeing that every day. No matter where they come from within our district, they understand that all these villages come together to make Madison Plains. Okay? So that is graphically a part of our mission statement. So I thought that was important for you to see that. Mm-hmm. The last page is our report card. I've put it out before on our report card. Good years and bad years, but I think this is one of our best years yet. This report card is a comparison between us and several schools in the area. Most often these are school districts we're compared to. It's schools within the county, schools adjoining the district, Madison, Westfall, and Miami Trace. And I thought it was important that you see this graphically, that Madison Plains is doing very well by comparison. Now, when you look across and you say, wow, your GPA is 1.85, well, you have to also remember the state changed the bar for their rating system for school districts. Okay? If you see Jonathan Alder, which has always been one of the premier schools in our area, they have a GPA of 2.5, to put it in perspective. The important thing is we changed our overall GPA by 0.7, which is very difficult to do. We raised our academic standing. Our kids are proud, our parents are proud, and our staff are very proud of the work they've put in. We've had an improvement process in place now for 4 years. It's been a lot of difficult and hard work, and our staff has done a tremendous job. I just want you to know that you have a teaching staff at Madison Plains that takes their job very seriously with the kids that they're working with, and as does the administration and the Board of Education. Takes support from everybody within that chain. If you look overall, you can see prospectively down at the bottom the state rank of all 608 school districts in Ohio. This year, Madison Plains ranked 315. Okay? We are clearly in the middle of the pack right now. But putting it in perspective, Jonathan Lawler just pointed out they're at 130. So at a 2.5 GPA, they're ranked 130th in the state. So it's a very difficult bar to get up to have what you consider a B or an A overall in the state of Ohio. And that's okay. We have to strive to do better. That is it in a nutshell. I think all these schools on here are doing a great job. I just think that we have been at it for a long time now in the improvement process, and it's paying off. You can see a lot of these grades jump dramatically. Our K-3 literacy we're very proud of. That's the number of kids that were not reading on grade level that we moved to being on grade level in 1 year. We got a B rating for that. That was up from a D. So we've done very well, very proud of it, and I thought you as representatives of the village need to know that. Do you have any questions for me?
Hey Tim, on your graduation rate, I see you got a B. Is that pretty good though, basically for our area?
For us, it's not good. We want to.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's why.
But the challenge with that is one student that doesn't graduate can make the difference between an A and a B.
Okay.
It's
So
really
the difference in one.
we have, an average of 100, 105 kids in a class. If you have 1 or 2 that just don't make it for whatever reason that is, it can drop you quickly.
But Tim, when I look at this, though, all in all, though, for a small school, you're doing quite well. I
think there's a lot of work that's going in.
Yeah,
There really is. And the other thing is talking about the graduation rate, we take great pride in we will not give a diploma if they have not earned it. So you're caught in a catch-22 because the state is saying if everybody doesn't graduate on time, we're going to rate you down. But we don't want to give out diplomas if they haven't earned it. So again, that's to give comfort to the people in the community knowing that to get a Madison Plains diploma, it means something.
My brother John's going to tell you about his graduate from Madison Plains. He said, I'm a professor now, and they'll ask him where Madison Plains at. He said, we're rural, but he said, we're good. So I got to tell you that. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Courtney, I guess you're next.
Okay. Well, I first want to thank some of the employees here, that's here, Dennis and Tyler. I want to thank you guys for kind of embracing me and maybe not having me understand everything that there is to be for being a village administrator. But I've taken the task with Lowell and the support of the council members. I think we've done a good job. So I am going to, on behalf of the village administrator, go ahead and give you my report. I first want to say, give you an update on Brett's injury. So I think a lot of us have heard that Brett had taken a fall here. And I've been speaking with him. He's fine, a little sore, but to be expected, and to return probably in the next couple weeks, if okay. So I just wanted to have everybody understand his thoughts. Lowell and I have been working on a potential buyer on 17 lots possibly being built. We've identified some locations with some help of Dusty getting some information on sewer and water information. And that would be located at the old Roy Adams subdivision. And for repairs that are being done on the sewer plant, I kind of have an update in regards to the water, sewer, and streets, kind of, you know, what we've always tasked with. There's currently some repairs that are being done at the sewer plant on 2 large sludge pumps. So we have a contractor down there that's working on that, making sure that we get that taken care of. And I received a list of tasks that need to be done by some of the contractors. So there were some items that still need to be done around town. We've actually also are going to be tasking our employees with that. If there are some items that, you know, you guys see as maybe as residents that, you know, that you've identified that may have not been taken care of, please direct those to me. I'd be happy to help. I'm also looking into, with Brian's, or with Brett's injury, to getting some of our safety trainings up to speed, making sure that we have proper training safety for our employees, and as well as anywhere that if anybody were to go into the garage that they don't, you know, have an issue with, you know, for their safety. Also, I'm working with IBI right now to work with some residents that have some issues on Clevenger due to the project. We're working with IBI on some of those to get those taken care of, and that was kind of a concern. And we're almost there with the new water plant. That I'm told that that's going to probably open in a month is what I'm understanding. So we currently passed the electrical and building final inspection last week, and the life safety was rescheduled. It was scheduled today, but it was canceled. So we're going to have that rescheduled. You should have. Okay. Yeah, because Kevin White sent me an email and said that he couldn't make it today. Okay, good. Okay. So, well, that's another thing off the list, so that's good. I'm working on making sure that we have full coverage on the building because we were under the risk building insurance. So we're making sure that once that gets rolled over to us, that we have proper coverage on that. And we're also going to be holding an employee meeting with the guys to kind of tell them the direction that Lowell and I are going to meet with them to talk about any outstanding things that they have that we need to work on or that would be beneficial. Okay. Is there any questions in regards to anything else? Streets are doing good. I just want to give an update too. One more thing. The signs, what they call the hump signs that we've all been introduced to, the maroon signs that are going to be installed in the middle of the intersections where the stoplights are. We're going to have that done on Wednesday. So.
Hey, Courtney, on the monument, did they know when that'll be coming in pretty soon? Is it getting pretty
yes,
close?
Pretty soon. From what JCAR, I spoke to Lisa. She said the October the 30th or November the 1st.
Okay, getting close now.
And speaking on to that too, since you mentioned that, there is going to be a ceremony with the revealing of that. So we're working with a few people to kind of getting that taken care of and kind of having a ceremony for that. So it's going to be really a special event. I'm sure you guys probably seen the flyers around. I believe it's at 11 o'clock. Is that right?
11, yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be a a nice opportunity for everybody to be recognized and just a nice ceremony. Any other questions?
Okay, any questions of Courtney?
I'd just like to say briefly, thank you, Courtney. Every meeting I see some new vista that you've opened up and you stepped into graciously and with a great deal of confidence and ability. Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Yes.
that. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you. I might as
Just
well
putting
stay
up with
here.
me, them meetings is hard enough.
Well, that's okay. It's always a treat. It's always nice to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sheriff's Department?
I have no report, Mayor.
Mark?
I have no report.
And now we're back to you, Courtney.
I know, that's why I stood up here. I am so, to my normal due diligence here. I've given you guys, the council members, their copies of your financial reports. And we'll go ahead and talk with the payment listing first. You guys can get that out. Okay, so the only thing that I kind of want to share, and I'll move quickly on this, but for the Madison County Sheriff's Department, you'll see that amount there for the payment listing. That was our contractual agreement for our 3 months. We'll see that every 3 months. You'll also see Software Solutions. That's our system renewal for our water position clerk. That's our yearly commitment. And that's it on that one. I mean, nothing kind of out of the ordinary. And then your receipt listing. No out of the ordinary on this. I mean, this is pretty straight, water and sewer usage. Nothing to kind of hinder anything that's going on. Back to the cash summary by fund. Yes, we are in the black.
Let's dispose of the payment listing.
Yes.
Seeing that, I want a motion to accept that.
Yeah, that motion.
And a second? I'll second. Now, discussion on the payment listings. Ready for a roll call vote?
Rebecca.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Diane.
Yes.
Mary Lou.
Yes.
Dave.
Yes.
All right. Payment listing was accepted. Thank you.
Okay, so, and what about the receipt listing? Do you want to do that where we're,
Pardon?
the receipt listing?
Okay.
We need a motion to accept.
Motion on that.
I'll give you a motion.
Accept the payment receipt listings. You're making me
I'll make the motion.
making the motion.
Second.
And a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roll call vote.
Rebecca?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Mary Lou?
Yes.
And Dave.
Yes.
We're talking about receipts. We do not have read a report for tonight because it's the end of the month, and
Yes.
therefore it will be given to you in November. We don't have anything yet.
That's right.
And the next one,
Okay, how about the appropriation status?
all right?
Okay, so the appropriation status, you'll see on the general, it's increased probably about 15% just because of the sheriff's contract. You'll see the increase there to 73%.
Appropriation status, motion.
So moved.
Everybody. Okay. I think Jim made the motion and somebody else did too, so
I'll be two. I'll be number two.
Mary Lou will be the second to that. I noticed some things here too that we have in some areas we have spent year-to-date expenditures. We're at zero, so we're going to have to probably make some switches on some of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously on that appropriation, you'll see it, there's a decrease in the water fund. So we haven't really, obviously with the new plant moving over, we only had to expend a little bit to kind of keep the old one running. So we're looking to see that change with them. Now there's no talk about the open house or anything, so
Right.
we had to talk with you guys to see.
So we have the appropriation status before you. Motion to accept.
You have that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Roll call vote.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Diane.
Yes.
Mary Lou.
Yes.
And Dave.
Yes.
And one last report that I want to talk about is the cash summary by fund. And we are in the black.
Right.
Isn't that great?
Yay.
Right? That's all I have to say about that.
Bless your heart.
That's the, you know, save the best for last, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay, but I also wanted to, if I may, Mayor, I would like to talk about the Ohio checkbook that we passed last meeting. I have been in talks with Lauren Bowman, which is in charge of the Ohio checkbook. She is currently right now building the site, and it's under construction. So I've been working with her to kind of put that online in the UAN, but we will not approve anything until council sees it and the mayor. So nothing has been posted. So if you guys try to get on there, there's nothing that's on there. She is going to meet with us soon to do an intro to kind of explain to us what to put on there, when to put on there, and when it's going to go active. And then we have a meeting October 30th for insurance premiums. Any questions?
No, but I'd like to mention right now that if you recall, a couple months ago, I offered to serve here with no pay because I thought we were in dire straits. But I want everybody to know the minute that this lady showed me that my pittance didn't make a darn bit of difference and that on her own and with help from whatever, we are looking, and I need to buy sweet tarts, and that's what I always use that money for. So thank you. So anyone who, well, we didn't need my little bit.
We're doing good. I'm happy to say that it's exciting to kind of see the light in the tunnel.
Oh.
I think we've all worked very hard and efforts have paid off. So
Thank you so much, Courtney.
In the right direction.
Mary Lou, will I take from that you might make a motion to accept the cash summary by fund?
Absolutely.
I want a second to that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Just one quick thing. Thank you for breaking these apart like this. It makes it, I think, a lot easier for you to even keep up with.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that, Mayor Anderson.
I'm looking at the water and the operation, the water funds, and the sewer funds pool balances. We're coming up to the end of the year, and we're also coming up to the fact that we have to make some payments on those water and sewage. So I think we're going to be okay. Roll call vote, please.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Diane.
Yes.
Mary Lou.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried. Anything else from the Finance Committee?
Yeah, there's something that I wanted to explain for a moment. And that is at the previous council meeting where we did the termination of our village administrator with cause. I just wanted to explain that briefly to help people's understanding. The recently discovered problems actually started back in May of 2016. What we call across-the-board raises were given that month to all of the village employees by our village administrator, and it ranged anywhere from 10 cents an hour to over $7 an hour. And additionally, each employee was given a 75-cent anniversary raise. This was communicated by our village administrator to our previous fiscal officer by written memo or email, often using the words that they were approved. And I will have to state, though, that our village administrator never benefited from the raises himself, just the employees. But then recently, Courtney Bricker, using due diligence, had received a written request to give an employee a 75-cent an hour anniversary raise. She wanted to see the documentation where council had approved, and that's the key, an anniversary raise, but nothing could be found. She even went through all the books, ordinances, resolutions, and minutes from all the council meetings, and nothing could be found. Hence, the raises were never approved by council as they had to have been done. So we have a responsibility to the village to have a zero tolerance for unapproved expenditures for the village. As a result, the motion to terminate with cause was made because our village administrator did not did not get approval for these raises. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Then we're finished with finance. Let's go to Parks and Recreation.
I don't have anything.
Tri-County Fire.
We had a meeting Wednesday.
We'll have Wednesday.
We'll have one Wednesday.
Okay. Sterling Joint Ambulance District, Meredith.
All right, very briefly, called to order, voted to accept our minutes, we paid bills, turned unpaid fees over to collections, looking for upgraded software the chief is getting for us, searching for an iPad grant, a part-time resignation, one full-time resignation. We interviewed for positions in a 15-minute executive session. We hired 5 employees. And a reminder that a renewal levy is coming for the squad in November, and meeting was adjourned.
Okay.
And next meeting is November the 8th.
Pleasant Township report. Anything since we last met?
Yeah, they had a meeting. I filled in for Diane for that meeting. They had a meeting on the 15th. They approved the minutes, signed warrants. They discussed repairs on a small truck. They discussed the all-car cemetery. And on the Pleasant Cemetery, Gary said they took out 141 ground squirrels.
Ooh.
Wow.
And discussed some insurance for renewal and adjourned.
Okay. Festival Committee?
No meeting until February, Mayor.
All right. Ordinances and resolutions. Resolution 2017-18, a resolution abolishing and repealing the Mount Sterling pay bans and declaring an emergency. This is the second reading. Motion to place it on the second reading.
You have that motion?
I want a second to that motion.
I'll second.
Rebecca? Okay.
I'll second.
I wasn't sure. Roll call vote.
Rebecca?
Yes?
Jim?
No.
Diane?
Yes.
Mary Lou?
No.
And Dave?
No.
Okay. I asked the solicitor from what point on?
Failed.
All right, it's failed. It's off the book, right?
Off the book.
Okay. The next resolution, 19, declaring the individual pay rate of each of the village employees and declaring an emergency, but this is the second reading. Motion to place it on the second reading. Motion, please.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Rebecca. Second?
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Discussion?
Roll call.
Excuse me.
There was a request for discussion.
Did you have a question?
No, I said, was there discussion?
Oh, you want to discuss it? I'm sorry.
Yes. I
Go
would
for
like
it.
to say something about this. This legislation that we're about to vote on results from the unauthorized raises that I mentioned earlier given to employees from May of 2016 until late July of 2017. What it does, if passed, it rescinds the unauthorized raises. And before making this recommendation to rescind the unauthorized raises, what we did is we had Courtney Bricker contact other villages such as Leesburg, South Charleston, Sabina, and others to obtain their pay information for their employees. And there was very comparable like positions, class 1 water, general workers, and things like that. And what we found in all instances is that even if we rescind the pay to our employees, that they will still be making at least as much, if not more, than, is that correct, than the employees in surrounding villages. And also that this was a really difficult recommendation to make because of the impact on the employees. To me, it in no way reflects the job performance for any of the employees or how much they are valued, but my feeling is that it's necessary to do what is right for the village.
Okay.
My concern, though, we need to keep quality workers. I was one way about, but the time we pay to train somebody else, I think we'd have more in the what it would be. So.
All right. Right.
Well, that is, you're presupposing, though, that our employees would leave us, and I really don't think that they would, because they are highly valued, and they are very, they're very well paid. As Rebecca mentioned, Courtney physically went and sat down for hours with her counterparts, her fiscal counterparts, in Leesburg. She went to Sabina, and she had contacted Jeffersonville as well as South Charleston. These are 4 communities that are so close in population to ours. I mean, they're very good comparable communities. They're within 100 people of what our community is. So, I mean, it was a very good deal of research that she did, and through her due diligence, she brought back to a work session. In fact, we had 3 of them. As we considered the legislation, and we felt it was not only required by law for us to revisit our pay schedules and the manner in which they were implemented, but it also it brings us within the scope of what is expected of us. Yes. And I would say not only expected, but mandated by the state auditors. When they issued a fiscal emergency report recently, one of the key factors is payroll. Okay? They're going to look at this. This is not going to be the end of this, I don't think, by any means. I mean, we can try to align them with what is fiscally, you know, comprehensible and responsible, or the state can do it for us. Personally, I would rather us manage our own affairs than to have them done otherwise. And in fact, we have a meeting coming up on is it November 1st? The state auditor people are coming in here to meet with all of council, and we're going to have to forecast 120 days out after they come here to show them that we are meeting the benchmarks that we need to meet to put our fiscal house in order.
That's right.
I mean, this is a serious matter. This is, and I'd like to echo what Rebecca said. We certainly value our employees. Absolutely. And we'll revisit things down the road, but for the time being, we need to be legal. We need to be fiscally responsible. Yep. And we've got to go forward in a way that shows leadership that is sometimes difficult, but we have to take these steps nonetheless, and I'm sorry. I know. Thank you for allowing me to extend my time here.
All right, thank you. All right, we have the motion before us to second reading. Motion is made by Rebecca, seconded by David. Roll call vote on the resolution 17-19.
Rebecca?
Yes.
Dave? Or I'm sorry, Jim?
No.
Diane?
Yes.
Mary Lou?
No.
Dave?
No.
Okay. According to this, it did not pass, And according to the resolution 17, it has failed. Okay? Resolution 17-20 to contract for a village law director, and this is the second reading. Motion to place 17-20 on the second reading, please.
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Mary Lou,
Yes.
Dave.
Yes.
Motion carried. Resolution 20 passed. Ordinance 2017 to approve the 2018 budget and make appropriations for current expenses of the Village of Mount Sterling during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2018. You have a copy of it. And this is the first reading. We are not adopting it. We're placing it on the first reading. Motion to place Resolution 2017-21, first reading.
I'll give you a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Ready for a vote on the budget? Roll call vote.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Mary Lou,
Yes.
Dave.
Yes.
All right. We approved the budget on the first reading. Rebecca, you told me about a meeting on finance. Now is probably the time to tell everybody. You have it scheduled for Monday, the 30th of October?
Yes, what we're doing is trustee insurance is coming in at noon. And it's once again time to review all of the health insurance plans. They're going to be bringing a variety of plans.
Okay, he's coming in at noon, and then you have a meeting following that?
No, that is the
That's it.
finance
All
work
right,
session, so
I'm
we
sorry.
can
All
look
right.
at renewal rates or other plans that might be available for the
A
employees.
week from today at 12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Correct.
we got that in there.
Now, very briefly here, we've got that one on Monday at 12 o'clock. Then we have a committee meeting at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. What's that?
Now, wait a minute. What
Was that-
date are you
No.
talking about?
I'm talking about
The auditors.
Melissa and...
That is
That's
the...
November 1st.
Okay.
But
'Cause
the
I've
meeting you're
got
talking
that.
about, we have a meeting also on the
That's at
30th
2.
and the 31st.
Okay,
Okay.
Not on the 31st.
It's the 1st with the auditors.
right,
The 31st.
right.
With
The-
the committee for the emergency.
Okay.
Yeah, the 30th is the,
Special report.
Now,
Right.
which one's 12
Committee.
o'clock now?
12 o'clock is the insurance.
Okay,
On Monday.
okay, I want to make sure.
all right, we'll get more out.
I'll send out a.
Right, we'll get that.
Okay.
And she wants that put in the newspaper too, and I put a copy on your desk.
Yep.
We have a lot of meetings.
All right, the next resolution,
Year end.
authorizing the mayor, Lowell Anderson, or his designee to enter into an agreement with Rumpke Waste and Recycling Services for the village solid waste collection and disposal. First reading. And if you notice on the brochure, there is no increase for the year 2018. It stays the same. But in 2019, it goes up 25 cents.
Okay, on 19.
So,
Okay.
Because this goes through the end of 19.
motion to place it on the first reading.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
we have the resolution on the Rumpke Waste and Recycling Services. First reading, roll call vote.
Rebecca,
Yes?
Jim,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Mary Lou,
Yes.
Dave.
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 2017 passed on the first reading. Roundtable?
Oh, I got several things, Mayor. Beggars Night's coming up, and I want the people in the village, the kids always get excited, just watch out for them. And also the Nazarene Church Sunday, we'll be celebrating 85 years in the village. And we started out in a small church on High Street and growed from there. And it'll be our 85th anniversary, which is really something.
Okay. That it?
Yes, sir.
Thought you had a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Mary Lou,
Nothing.
Jim,
Nothing.
Rebecca?
I have a few things. This Saturday, we have the first annual, what we're calling a Spooktacular Car Show from 10 to 2. It's a chamber event, but it's gonna be at the Dairy Freeze. It's Halloween themed. We're asking everyone to dress up their vehicles. It doesn't matter as long as it's on wheels. Trophies are gonna be for the best dressed vehicles. We would like to close Church Street that day from 10 until 2 like we do for other car shows. So I would like to motion to do that.
You want to give me a motion?
Yeah,
to
I'd like to-
close, and give me the date. I missed that.
It'd be the 28th of October from
Okay.
10 o'clock till 2 o'clock.
October the 28th. I have a motion to close that street for the car show, which is October
I'll second
28th. Motioned.
I'll second that.
All right, Rebecca gave me the motion, and Diane seconded it. Roll call vote.
Rebecca?
Yes?
Jim?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Mary Lou?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then,
Motion carried, and we'll get the men informed of that tomorrow and put it on their calendar.
Yep, I've already talked to Tyler and
Okay,
Tyler's gonna relay to them.
good. That's what we want. We're ahead of the game.
then also that same day, we're gonna have a fall street market all along London Street. That will be with all the blue tents, all kinds of craft vendors, bake sale items. That goes from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. on the 28th. So it'll be a really nice day in the village. We're praying for sunny weather. And then, of course, Trick or Treat is in the village next Tuesday, the 31st, from 6 to 7:30. Then the Dairy Freeze, along with Country Clippings and the Mount Sterling Church of the Nazarene, are all going to be hosting, along with the Chamber, the Halloween costume contest for children and for pets, as well as the parade that will go from the gazebo down to the Dairy Freeze. So we're looking forward to that event. And I think maybe you've seen around town, I'd have to check the date for the next council meeting, but there is going to be the dedication of the new Veterans Monument on November 11th at 11 a.m. And I think that's going to be a very nice event at Chris Cisco. And of course, tomorrow night, meet the candidate night at the community center. If you want to get to know about all those who are running, it's at 7 o'clock p.m.
So tomorrow night is the,
Meet the candidate night at the community
that's the
center.
first I've known about this.
There's signs. I know they've
Seen
been
any
around
signs?
town.
Have there been some?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see them. Okay. Right.
That's it.
Okay. Diane, you're the last one?
I have nothing.
All right. So that meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Signs must have been on the left side
For a
of the street
Twinkie,
or
sweet
whatever.
Marks and Twinkies.
We did our homework.
Why is that today? Is he gonna
As if you didn't know.
get on the line with us?
Oh, hi there.
Sorry, Jim, can you get by?
See you later, sweet pea. You too.
Hey, Mark, take care, buddy. You too. Hey,
Yes, I was gonna, oh, I'm glad you noticed him. I was gonna tell you.